Hello everyone, and welcome to today's stream. Yeah, there's how's everyone doing today? I'm glad to hear that. Hello Sabrina, and hello Ariumi. Writing is hard. So, as you've probably seen from the stream topic, we'll be playing Final Fantasy XIV today. And I will actually be playing with Sabrina, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. How much is postage in the UK currently? And I'll just pause this music because Final Fantasy is loading in soon. Well, that's a parcel. What about letters and stuff? Like, just like domestically? It's about 60 cents here to send a letter. Domestically it's 60 cents. And I have Final Fantasy running in the background, so you will hear sounds from that. I just need to get everything set up on the Final Fantasy side of things. See ya. Thank you. Hang on, just doing some configuration. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. See if game capture latches on. And there we go. Oh, positioning the stuff in OBS is a pain. There we go. Okay. So with that done, I think we're ready to start. So we are starting at the dungeon Mount Golg, which is near the end of the Calusia leg of Shadowbringers. And let's start.
So it is you. You will not defile my new paradise. insects! I will not suffer it! Come no closer, filthy creatures!
You know, while Sin Eaters are really annoying to fight, I find them very interesting enemies, like, from a lore perspective and stuff. And I love all the different designs they have and stuff. It's really quite fascinating. We're basically fighting a wall. This has historically gone well. Oh no, we're fighting a Rubik's Cube. Okay. Thankfully, the mechanic doesn't seem that difficult to figure out, at least at this point. Or... unless I'm just... better. Yep, like that.
Righteousness.
It's really funny how
Will prevail.
whiny Bothry is.
Can't you do anything by yourself? you will not be discouraged. Stop that, damn you! I don't care what it takes!
The most annoying thing about Sin Eaters is the fact that their big attacks always debuff. Sometimes there is very little warning that they will. really done. Oh, that was tough. Oh, we get a cutscene.
The end is near, my friends. We have found Vorthri's hiding place.
Unrepentant villains! Will you not be satisfied until you have brought disaster down upon your own heads? By your wickedness, you stand to gain naught but this conflict. Had you only entrusted your fate to me, there would have been peace for all. You could have
He's really full of himself.
Peace assumes many forms, and I do not doubt that you considered yours well worth the cost. I was even prepared to believe that the end might justify the means. Ignorant as I was, I had hoped that you might mend your ways and join hands with us, that we might strive together for the happiness of all. But no more. Your actions cannot be reconciled with your words. Peace for all, you say? Yet when you were threatened, your first act was to sacrifice your own people in order to save yourself. If your paradise can be rebuilt so long as you alone survive, it exists not for the people. It exists solely for your twisted pleasure.
Hear me, Vorthri. The people won't submit to your will, for we each have our own.
Honestly, the story in this is really good. I really enjoy the story.
I made a promise to a noble soul, a woman who saw fit to entrust me with her legacy, and I mean to keep it. Everyone who stands with us has something precious, something that they cherish and would die to protect. They know their own hearts. They know what they want for this world. And by lending their strength to our cause, they have spoken. No matter how hard you may try to bend the world to your will, we will never yield!
Silence! Not another word! You presume to lecture me. Insolent worms. You will learn your place. With my true powers awakened, I will expunge you like the filth you are. Your demise will serve as a reminder to all that I am the zenith of mankind and Sinita both, chosen to rule over creation by right of transcendence. My
So he's one of those.
is virtuous. I am perfect, immaculate.
He seems disinclined to grant us an audience.
Find Vturi. We will hold the Eaters here. Come! Let's finish this!
Now we have the trial, which the trial is going to be where we fight Vturi. And now we wait to queue. It'll be interesting finishing this, because I think after this we'll be just about finished in the first, which is where this is. And this is an 8-person duty. So I am just gonna take off my tank stance so that the other person can be the primary tank instead, me being the primary tank. Because I am not at the top of my game today, so, you know. But yeah, Sabrina and I have been working through Shadowbringers for a bit now, and if I'm not mistaken, we should be pretty close to the end of the end of Shadowbringers. I think. I'm not sure. We're almost finished with this part of Shadowbringers. The part that takes place in the first. Hey, Sabrina, are we nearing the end of Shadowbringers as a whole, or just the end of, like, this arc in Shadowbringers? I believe you told me, but I forget. Nine quests in the entirety of Shadowbringers? Okay, okay, cool. It's really exciting, though. Like, just... yeah. So I actually started playing this character in April, and I actually started out as a, oh. I actually started out as, an Ara, then I Fantasia'd to a cat girl after A Realm Reborn, then I Fantasia'd to, Viera. Now I'm back to playing a cat girl.
Prepare for judgment. This will be a burden. To me, my servants, feast upon these villains and their abound. You will suffer! Yes! That will be your punishment! You will be my blessing and light!
I look forward to seeing his true, Sin Eater form. I've been wondering about that for basically... Oh, nice. That was not as bad as I expected it would be. We finished it. Nice. Oh, we get a bunch of cutscenes. Nice.
Why am I cast down? But it is you who are the villains. Father told me that I am hope. I am righteousness. That I am a god. That is why I was born as man and sin eater both. I kept the people safe. They respected me. Worshipped me. How can this be? I should be the one looking down at you. Damn you! I am your god!
But yeah, it was really fascinating to it's been really fascinating to play through Shadowbringers because I actually have a passing interest in angelology, and so like it was very interesting to see the like the interpretation of what angels looked like in the form of sin eaters throughout Shadowbringers. I have a feeling something bad is gonna happen. Just just a hunch.
Look, the sky.
Night's returning. An echo flashback.
Fools! Were it not for my decisive action, the whole city would have been overrun, razed to the ground.
Oh, this is the past in Yulmore.
Yet they dare to complain about casualties? Spare me. I'll wager they were put up to it by those wretches who seek to usurp me. They're stirring up the citizenry. But if they think I will yield to the likes of them, they are gravely mistaken.
To be subjected to such deplorable treatment, such ingratitude. You have my sympathies, sir. You do so much good for this city, and you could do so much more were you not surrounded by fools.
Who are you? You're not supposed to be in here.
My apologies for the intrusion, but I come bearing a proposal. One that will ensure
itself.
the longevity of your reign.
The Ascian who has accompanied us throughout this entire journey.
But give me the word, sir, and I will bring hither a light warden. By giving its power to the babe within your lady wife's womb, we shall create a transcendent being, a king to rule over all. And as sire to the king,
This checks out.
your authority will never again be in question.
Amazing. Before my Vorthri, they behave as docile pets. With this gift, my line shall be guaranteed power for perpetuity. We shall rule the whole world.
By all means, sir. United under Yulmor's banner, men will cease fighting and abandon their ambitions. Thus, they will grow fat and complacent, and in their sloth, seal your supremacy.
Ah, here's what I was expecting to happen.
Are you alright? Say something!
The light is causing this. All the light that
12 fourth end. She cannot contain the light.
yeah.
She's beginning to turn. Urianger, if you've aught up your sleeve, now is the time.
It's changing back.
So we are becoming a light warden, I think. Now, if I'm not mistaken, like we are in the process of turning into a light warden sin eater.
The combined power of every light warden is too terrible a burden for any one soul to bear. And so I shall relieve you of it.
Exarch, what are you doing?
What? Is what's happening what I think is happening?
I will channel this profusion of power to the Crystal Tower and use it to travel to other worlds. As I have dreamed of doing ever since I first learned of their existence. Who would choose to remain here in this dying realm when they might go elsewhere and begin anew? Not I. And thus did I use you.
No, I don't believe you. It doesn't make sense.
Damn you! We won't let you do with her as you please.
Do not interfere! Please, I beseech you all, let him go!
You knew of this, Urianger. 'Tis all a fiction. Such vaguely defined acts of teleportation stand no chance of success. The Exarch will never live to see another world, as he knows only too well.
Then, what does he mean to do?
He means to take the light with him into the rift, where he will die.
This is what I was expecting.
From the beginning, he intended to sacrifice himself to save our friend and Norvrent.
At journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter, I concede. Yet your tale will continue, and my role in it will scarcely be remembered. Worry not. Whatever should become of me, I will be happy and free, safe in the knowledge that I have played my part.
And it is who Sabrina and I expected it might be all along.
Thank you for fighting for this world, for believing. Fare you well, my friend, my inspiration.
Oh wow, my model is very laggy right now. And of course it's him. And it's Silk. Again.
Only those who possess the royal eye of the Allagan Imperial line are capable of controlling the Crystal Tower. Such individuals do not exist in the First. Therefore, in all likelihood, the Exarch arrived here with the tower. This much I had surmised, yet I could not discern his grand scheme. To think that he went through all this trouble for the sake of a single hero. It's almost admirable in its absurdity. Alas, it is not your grand scheme that will succeed, but ours. You bastard!
Did we really expect anything less?
Stay put. Your friend is still alive, but whether he remains so depends on you. What a disappointment you turned out to be. I placed my faith in you. Let myself believe that you could contain the light.
I love how Thancred is just like surprised Pikachu face at like this turn of events. This dude is an Ascian, of course he's gonna double cross them.
But look at you now, halfway to becoming a monster. You are unworthy of my patronage. I am an Ascian. My heart's sole desire is to usher in the great rejoining.
100 years ago, I entrusted my comrade Logriff with the task of increasing light's sway over this world. This we sought to do by manipulating heroes. When that failed to achieve the desired result, I created Vorthri. Thanks to your meddling, that too has ended in failure.
What was your true purpose in approaching us?
By your 12, boy, have I not told you before that everything I said was the truth? You were specimens by which I might gauge man's potential as it stands. I genuinely had an interest in you, genuinely considered taking you on as allies. Provided she could contain and control the light. If not, then she, and by extension you, would be of no use to me. 'Twas as simple as that.
So, we've been found wanting. How disheartening. But even had we fulfilled your conditions, there was no guarantee that we would cooperate. What then?
Then I simply kill you all. At the very least, it would restore the world to the way it was before you went about trouncing Light Wardens willy-nilly. Suffice it to say, it would be most inconvenient to have all that light taken away, and I would be lying if I were to claim his actions didn't have me worried. You still retain your form and your senses, but you have all but become a Sin Eater. Whether you will it or no, your mere existence will serve to engulf the world in light. Those in your company will likewise turn into Sin Eaters, and in time you will succumb to your base instincts and hunt innocents to feast on their sweet, sweet ether. Those few with the will left to fight may rise up against you, but before your absolute might, they will quickly know despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Ah, the irony. What Vorthri achieved through bliss, you achieved through despair. But I have overstayed my welcome. I shall look forward to seeing you bring the world to its knees, hero.
He's so happy when he says that.
Exarch!
I have naught to show for all the time and effort I invested in you. He is a small token for my troubles. I did not expect that I could learn aught from man, but I may yet learn something from all the knowledge he had hoarded for his precious hero.
Here's your nya, Tef. Nya. I'd like to think I'm getting better at that. I'm not great at it yet, but I'd like to think I'm getting better.
Your friends are now your foes. If you do not kill them, they will kill you.
Oh,
When it all becomes too much to bear, seek me out at my abode in the dark depths of the Tempest.
how's that? Cool. Okay.
Complete your descent into madness with some dignity, far from prying eyes.
How's that?
then, I bid you farewell. Eater.
Let's see. Here, let's try now. I turned it up a bit. Also, here's your redeem again. Yeah, I really can't do that well yet, but, you know. Thank you.
Ah, finally.
That's odd, because, well, I mean, there's not much sound in the game right now. It should just be picking it up over desktop audio.
After you collapsed, Emmet's soap vanished. Then Reen did what she could to stay the raging of the light within your body.
Oh, possibly.
Thanks to her, you're still you.
Awesome.
But she's only delayed the inevitable. You're not going to like what you see, but you still need to see it. It's like this all over. The whole of Norvrad is shrouded in light again. And it's because of you, and the power you absorb from the Wardens. No one knows but your friends. When they carried you down from the mountain, they told everyone waiting below that they didn't understand why the light had returned. And now they're out there trying to allay the people's fears, while searching for a way to save you.
I love how expressive, like, I love how expressive the faces are in this game.
If you're well enough to be up, you're well enough to get some fresh air. Better that than stewing in here. Go on. Go.
And there's Sabrina. Let's see what So I am going to take a quick break, you know, get some more water, that sort of thing. So I am going to, yeah, just for now, I'm gonna, mute that, turn that back on, and then I'll be back soon. Oh, it's pretty funny. It's a funny coincidence because, you know, we were just fighting Sin Eaters and stuff, which are sort of like the Final Fantasy angels, in a sense. At least, like, that's what they are in Final Fantasy canon, it seems. And this, song that's currently playing is named, Canon Angel. I'm pretty sure Sin Eaters are something outside of, Final Fantasy, though. Anyway, let's, turn that off. And turn that sound on. Hello, Elseth. How are you? Oh yeah, yeah, it's actually been a short while since I've, streamed regularly. Like, you know, a few months. I just was able to get back to streaming not terribly long ago. Sorry to hear you're stressed, but glad that's not necessarily in a bad way. This is the first time that I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm just messing around with the name display options for privacy. Oh, thank you. You too, if you celebrate. Yeah, that's how I see it too. That's actually partially why I'm streaming, because you know, I enjoy streaming, and I enjoy streaming because it gives me an opportunity to you know, do stuff with friends and, you know, stuff like that. This is probably insanely this is probably not necessary for me to do, but I figure, you know, why not? It yeah. Honestly, yeah, I do really enjoy like looking at configuration settings and stuff. And there I am. And there's the person I'm playing with, Sabrina. And I'm not sure if you've played Final Fantasy 14 before, but we just finished up the boss battle with Lord Bothry. I really want to play the other Final Fantasy titles. I played I played Final Fantasy VI once. I really need to look up a walkthrough though, because I got confused and then ended up dying, which honestly that's pretty on brand for me. But yeah, I really want to play more Final Fantasy games and more JRPGs in general, because I really haven't explored the genre that much. Final Fantasy XIV is definitely the one that I've put the most time into. And I'm really enjoying it. I am, I really want to play more Final Fantasy VI, and also, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I do think it'd be neat to play, like, all of them. But, that would take a long time. Especially if I wanted to, like, 100% everything. Which, if I were taking on a challenge like, that, if I were taking on a project of, like, playing all the Final Fantasies, I'd probably want to 100% them. Because that's me, so... yeah, yeah. But yeah, there are other JRPGs I want to play as well. Like, I want to play more, I want to play Phantasy Star, games in the Phantasy Star series. YS, I've actually, listened to the soundtrack for, yes! Is has really good soundtracks. Yeah, I was just about to say I actually found out about that series through the soundtracks. It just showed up in my YouTube recommended one day, and I had a listen, and like, you know, and I was in love. It'd be really cool to get like a PC-98 or something. I think East was originally released on the 88 or 98, and I really love to, like... Oh, interesting. It is really funny how, like, different, how things can lead us different places. But I do think it'd be really cool to play East on, like, legit, like, original hardware and stuff, just for the fun of it. You've played on are you saying you played on original hardware? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, epic. That's awesome. Epic. Yeah, I really need to... There are so many games I want to play, but there's so little time. For me, I think it was the video that I was recommended with East Music was it was like a full like album recording of like the soundtrack from I think it was the PC-98 version, and I love the PC-98 soundtrack. It just sounds amazing. Oh, same. Actually, that was probably how I got recommended East Music, was I was listening to Toho music. I still think the PC-98 era has some of the best music that there is, like in the entire series. Definitely. I'd love to get my own PC-98 at some point, but that's but I'd be rather limited by needing to either... Yeah, exactly. Like, the computers themselves can be had for pretty inexpensively, but like even if like I find an inexpensive computer, which probably it would be on like a Japanese auction site that I would find yeah, it is all the other ancillary equipment and then also the import charges, because I don't know if because I'd imagine any like PC-98 that made its way to the US would probably be like more expensive in the first place. So like probably the most inexpensive PC-98s are the ones that are like, you know, from Japan. But then yeah, like the import costs, shipping. Oh wow. Twice as much to ship than to buy. That's amazing. Not amazing in a good way though. But yeah, and all the other ancillary equipment as well.
The people of this city have
Pain.
spirit, I'll give them that. They've not... I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing.
Like, I wish there was a way I could just like, oh, similar thing with like old like Deck Alpha workstations.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out.
So like apparently there are like they can be had for pretty cheaply in I think Sweden or something. Like, you know, cheaply they can be had cheaply relative to what they cost like here in the US, which is like upwards of $1,000 for a like 25-year-old machine. Maybe a bit newer, but not by much. No newer than 20 years. And so like that's all well and good, except I don't live in Sweden, and the shipping to ship a workstation from Sweden to the US would be insane.
But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burns so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then.
Just screenshotted us fist bumping.
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
Beowulf is amazing.
It's a mess! And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you? Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them. Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
Fayetteville may be my favorite character in the entire Shadowbringers expansion. They're definitely like in the top 5.
What would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
I just need to grab a screenshot.
Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place.
That's awesome. The lowercase L looks like the uppercase I in a sans serif font, so it makes sense. Also, this scene is very beautiful. But yeah. I can only imagine what like a Fae what a Fae typeface would be, like just randomly assign characters each time you use it.
Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow.
Exactly.
See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
we get to see Captain Lena. Another one of my favorite characters in Shadowbringers. Just walking up the stairs with a giant dragon. No big deal. I feel like Lena needs a hug. Remind me to do that. A hug for Lena. honestly, that would be awesome. Like an airship flight simulator. Love that. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. And you could fly like different airships, like that appear throughout the series. An idea for another game, like another like Final Fantasy game. It was a game that would import your character data from Final Fantasy 14 and use it in the
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
Yeah.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee.
Exactly.
Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the river of time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice.
I don't know if 1 is canon and 14, honestly. I don't really know the story of Final Fantasy 1.
But all the while, the world continued to burn.
Yeah, it's
Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on
really
all sides by
interesting.
thievery and misery and murder.
Hello, Rowan. How are you?
People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Warrior of Light is generally the generic the generic term for the hero in a lot of Final Fantasy games. If I'm
We will forge
not
a
mistaken.
crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass.
I do like musing about the game's canon
The
because,
fighting
like,
went on
quest
unabated,
names and stuff reference,
some
like,
few took up
songs
Sid's research
and other things
labored
like
to
that.
realize those impossible ideas.
And, like, I like to think that, like, these very specific aspects of, like, culture from our world are canon in Final Fantasy XIV because of that.
After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th Umbral Calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Cid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only woman who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by
interesting.
events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and
It's
his
so
colleagues
strange to
bequeathed
think
their
that,
legacy as an offering, and not an edict.
Oh, interesting. It's funny to think that, like, at this point in the game, a lot of the, like, lore that was relevant in, like, A Realm Reborn is no longer, like, being referenced as much, at least not in the same ways, because, like, a lot of those things were such a huge part of the game early on, and, like, now the focus has shifted quite considerably.
To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was her. The Warrior of Light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, she would rise above. Where others would break and run, she would carry on. The Warrior of Light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were her deeds joyously retold. For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights.
Yeah.
And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light herself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. She was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to her. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent, a prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would, and I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case. What do you mean to do? Then we should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
I'll just get the music started again because I'm gonna say it's about time I should be wrapping up the stream. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and then thank you to Sabrina for playing with me. It was a really lovely time. I really enjoyed it. It was good to see you too. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And without further ado, I think I will raid someone, maybe. Thank you, you too. And I guess I'll forgo raiding today because, you know, yeah. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Morning, night, evening, you know.